We've nearly come to the end of this year's remodeling and redecorating in our Florida house in Lakeland, Florida. But I wanted to share with you some of the vintage antique thrift finds that I have found this winter. Starting with this girl here. I had a doll like this growing up, and I always called her Lisa, and actually she was in my house until a couple of years ago when her fingers started breaking off and she got a little too gruesome for the grandchildren to play with, and I had to get rid of her. But at a rummage sale here in Florida earlier this winter, I found a replacement Lisa, and she looks almost as good as my other one did. Her eyes are not as bright. I might see if I can get her eyes to brighten up a little bit, but I only paid $1 for her, and she is here to help me show you all of the other vintage thrift and antique finds that I acquired this winter in Florida. I'm going to start by telling you about a few things that were actually left in the home by the previous owners that I decided to keep because they were beautiful or rare or vintage in some way, and I thought that they would add to the decor of our house. So I did keep a few things, and one thing I kept was this West Bend electric ice bucket. Inside this ice bucket there is a little article that says the penguin ice bucket is so often seen we can identify it from only a brief description. It was made by West Bend Aluminum Company of West Bend, Wisconsin from 1941 through the 1950s. Today's buckets sell at antique shops for about $20. If yours is in good condition, you made a good buy. Ours is in pretty good condition. I've seen it at antique shops here in Florida for $27 to $30. I thought I would hang on to it because I don't have another ice bucket here, and this would be cool to use if I needed an ice bucket. Another item that I kept from the previous owner was this cute little teacup. It is ceramic. I've seen others like it in an antique shop here in Lakeland, and they say it's a Teleflora cup. Usually sell for about $10. I thought it was really pretty, and I would like to drink tea out of that cup. And then there are a couple of teapots. I do love teapots, and there are a couple of really beautiful ones. This first one is floral. A Google Lens search reveals that this is also a Teleflora piece that was a Mother's Day commemorative teapot, and they sell for about $20. I would like tea out of this pot. It's beautiful. Another teapot that I hung on to is this beautiful little beach scene teapot. It's labeled Style Eyes, made in China on the bottom of it, and I really can't find anything else like it online, but I think it's beautiful, and it looks beautiful in the china cabinet. The previous owners had collected a lot of little fish decor. Once we got the living room painted and cleaned up, I decided to display these fish and a couple little starfish on the entertainment center below the TV. It kind of looks like an aquarium, and it's just bright and colorful and looks pretty. I don't know anything about the value of any of these pieces. I just like them, and I think they look nice in our house. Another piece I have not been able to identify is this dolphin statue, and it is just white. I have it in the guest bedroom for now. I kind of like to keep it in a place where it's safe because I think it would break very easily if it knocked over. It's kind of pretty, no idea of the value, but I think it looks pretty in our house. This little flamingo saucer that I have in the bathroom with Q-tips in it was also something that was left here in our house. Online it says this is Flamingo Ceramics Small Plate Brand Flamingo Saucer, and it's for sale currently for about $10 on eBay. I don't really care about the value of it. It's functional, and when I redo my bathroom next year, it will be with flamingos. The last of the items that I kept from this house was this pretty little lamp. I don't know a lot about lamps in particular. This is a little too glam for our retirement home in Lakeland, Florida. So I'm taking it home hoping that one of my granddaughters will want it for their bedroom. It's an urn type lamp and I think it's really pretty and I decided to keep it. Now let's go on to items that I have purchased here in Florida this winter. First of all, I want to share with you some items that I purchased at rummage sales. The first one of those that I'm very proud of because I think I got a really good deal on this is this Pyrex blue, Cinderella blue casserole dish with gold detail on the top. On Pinterest, I found that this is called a Princess Pyrex dish and it's from 1960. I think it's really beautiful and the turquoise color works well here, and this is a really good size Pyrex dish as far as making a casserole for 2 people. Now the best thing about this was the price. I paid $2 for this. I'm not sure what they go for online, but probably more than $2. Another rummage sale find that I purchased, you have seen before if you've seen my video on our Florida room, and it is this fica tree. It is about 7 feet tall, and fica trees that I've seen in the stores these days go for $250 to $300. I paid $30 for this, and it works beautifully in our Florida room. Another rummage sale purchase that I was able to snatch up are these 2 flamingo pictures that are on the wall out in our Florida room. They are 2 different poses of flamingos. These probably came from Home Goods. They're not vintage or anything. They're just a really good thrift deal. They still were in the package for $12.99 each. I paid 50 cents each, and I think they look fabulous out on the wall in our Florida room next to my flamingo lamp that I picked up on Facebook Marketplace. Probably the best Goodwill find that I have found this winter are these 2 lamps that we now have in our family room here. They have rattan shades and there are pictures of palm trees painted on the bottoms of each of these lamps. There are 2 of them. The top of the lamp is also very decorative. Unfortunately, one of the lamps had a broken top, so we just have to deal with that, but they were $19.99 a piece, and they look so much better in our family room than the big ceramic urn type lamps that were in here that looked quite modern but not very tropical, and I was going for more of a tropical look in our living room. Now the rest of the items that I want to share with you are items that I found at antique stores here in Florida. We took time one day to go all the way to Titusville to 3 different antique stores, and the first 2 stores that we went to were really disappointing. I didn't find anything that I liked that was anything like what I collected. But the 3rd little shop that we went into was just a pleasure to visit. I found this little amber colored bird, and it will match my amber colored glass at home in Michigan, so I'll be taking that home with me. I think I paid about $4 for it. I don't think it's vintage or old or anything. In fact, I'm not even sure it's amber colored glass. It looks like there's some paint rubbing off of it, but it's very beautiful and I think it will look nice with my amber glass at home, so I'll be taking this back to Michigan. Now that 3rd little shop that we visited in Titusville was the only place that I was able to find any fairy lamps at all, and I did find this painted fairy lamp that of course looks really beautiful when the light is on underneath it. According to Google Lens, this is a Westmoreland orange rose satin glass reverse painted fairy lamp. I did pay about $36 for this, and I think you can probably get them cheaper online, but I was so excited to find it. It's in perfect condition, and I will be leaving this one in Florida because it looks really beautiful on our kitchen table lit up at night. All right, this next little fairy lamp that I found is so teeny tiny that I can't fit a set of regular light up fairy lights in it. I'm gonna have to figure out some other way to light it, but it looks beautiful sitting on the lingerie chest in our bedroom. according to Google Lens, it's a pink depression glass votive holder. Online they go for $20 or more, and I think I only paid about $10 for this, so I did get a really good deal on this one. This item I did buy at an antique store, but it's definitely not an antique. It's probably not even vintage, but it's a pretty decor item. I have it on one of our rattan tables. A turquoise blue electric candle that lights up automatically at night. It looks really pretty out there. I like the sand dollar and starfish design on it. Then I have a bunny on a nest that I also found at that antique store in Titusville. Google Lens says it's a vintage imperial glass crystal satin bunny on a nest. They don't sell for a lot of money. I think I paid about $3 or $4 for this. I'm probably going to take this home to Michigan and make this part of my Easter decoration at home. But it looks cute for now because it's blue, sitting on one of the dressers in our bedroom here in Florida. My husband has a few antiques of his own, and one is a beautiful set of Apollo glasses. The glasses say Apollo 11, 12, 13, and 14. There are also a couple of larger pieces that go with the set. He got this for Christmas from one of our daughters, and he decided it would be cool to bring those to Florida and display down here. At that Titusville antique store, he did find this plate that is about the Skylab, and it does have the astronaut's name Lausma on it, and Lausma was an astronaut that actually went to the same elementary school that my husband went to, and so that was kind of cool. And he has started collecting some patches that are standing up there in the corner. He's going to keep working on his NASA antique set, but this is a good start, I'd say. Now, one of the items that was missing from the kitchen in our Florida house when we bought it, and there weren't very many things missing from this kitchen, believe me, there were more likely to be duplicates than something missing, but there was no butter dish. And at home I keep my butter in a dish all the time, a butter dish that's got a cover on it. So I looked for a butter dish for here, and I did find one of these beautiful Pyrex ones, the one with the green design on it. I'm not sure of what the name of it is, but and I brought it down here, and then lo and behold, I found one with the gold design on it down here. And then I found out that you don't leave your butter sitting out in a dish in Florida because it gets way too warm, way too runny, and it goes bad too quick. On the corner ladder shelf that we got to display decor on out in our Florida room, I have found some pretty cool items, and they look very nice. They all are bird related, and basically Florida bird related. As the first piece that I have here is, according to Google Lens, Morton Pottery Parrot Wall Pocket. Now, I don't have it hanging on the wall. I do have it displayed on the shelf, but it is very beautiful. Another piece I found at an antique store here in Lakeland, and this is just a beautiful ceramic stork. I only paid $6 for it. Let's see if I can find it online. I really can't find anything else online to compare this to, but it is a beautiful addition to my shelf of Florida birds. The next bird that I have on my shelf is this flamingo taking off in flight. I can't really identify it. It doesn't have any marks on it, but I knew as soon as I saw this in a local Lakeland antique store that it was coming home with me. And it does look beautiful out there in the Florida room with all of our other flamingos. In addition, I've got this beautiful set of pink and blue lusterware lovebirds on the next shelf up. And then on the very top shelf, I have some art glass that is not vintage or definitely not thrift. I got this as a souvenir from Tarpon Springs, and it is a glass flamingo. One of my neighbors said that she had seen these at Hobby Lobby, but when I looked at Hobby Lobby and Michael's and all those craft stores, I couldn't find anything flamingo down here because I was looking for all the flamingos I could find for that room. So this is just a nice little souvenir for me from Tarpon Springs. One day a couple of weeks ago, we decided to go check out the antique stores in Plant City, Florida, which is only about 10 miles from here, and we found a bonanza of antique stores there. There were 5 antique shops within a 1-block area on 2 sides of the same street. And I did pick up some beautiful pink depression glass. I have always liked depression glass, but I've never had any of it. So I've decided to start collecting a few pieces of pink depression glass to use in the spring on my buffet at home in Michigan. So I got this plate, and it is the Magnolia Blossom pattern, as is the biscuit jar that I found. And this one I actually bargained for. It had a price of $36 on it, and I was able to get it for $30. I don't usually try to get a lesser price on something, but I really didn't want to pay that much for that biscuit jar. I guess I'll have to look online and see if I got a good deal or not. The last piece of pink depression glass that I got in Plant City was this anchor hocking pink serving plate. And I'll be using all these pink dishes to put candy on for Easter and to use to display things for spring on my buffet at home. Now, one of the things I do collect at home, and I have quite a bit of, are blue and white Currier and Ives dishes. I started out by buying a huge set from a couple in Hastings who had gotten it from their mother, the wife's mother, and the wife's mother had received it as a wedding gift from her grandmother way back in the early 1960s, I think, and she even had some of the original boxes that Currier and Ives dishes set had come in from Montgomery Ward. Now, some of the pieces that I found here in Florida to add to my set at home are this small Pyrex casserole dish, as well as 2 little custard cups. And I probably would just use these as serving pieces unless I find enough custard cups to actually use to make a dessert in, but that could be an option because of course they're Pyrex and I could use them in the oven. And though I do have a huge set of these dishes at home, when I saw this little salad plate, I didn't recognize the scene on it. If you're familiar with these Currier and Ives dishes, different parts of the set have different scenes on them, and I just didn't recognize the salad plate. Now, I really need to inventory my Currier and Ives dishes. I do have an inventory on my phone of my Taylor Smith Taylor dishes, but I haven't gotten around to actually taking an inventory of these Currier and Ives dishes. So I just picked up this little salad plate anyways. It's really cute. I might go home and find that I have 12 of these, but no, I've got 13, I guess. I just thought it was too cute to pass up. I do have lots of the plates. I have lots of the bowls. I have the whole set of cups and saucers, and I'm mainly just looking for the serving pieces. I'm looking for casserole dishes, looking for the teapot at an affordable price. So I'll keep searching for those as I look through antique stores. Now, last I want to show you something that maybe is my folly, but I have always wanted a cuckoo clock. My grandmother used to have a cuckoo clock in her kitchen that my uncle had brought her from Germany. And when I saw this cuckoo clock in the antique store here in Lakeland, and actually this was just yesterday, and I saw the price of $25 on it, I thought, oh wow, this looks like a really good deal to me. I looked it over pretty quickly, and it didn't look like there were any chips or cracks or any pieces broken off of it. However, when I got it home, I realized that half of the stag's antlers are missing. So this stag might become a doe, I'm not sure, if I can't find another way to make those antlers balance out. We haven't even worked on this yet to find out if it actually works. If it actually works, though, I think I'm going to be leaving it here on the wall in Florida next to my china cabinet in the dining room. So there you have some of the vintage, antique, thrift finds that I found here in Florida. There are just all kinds of antique stores down here, which there probably are in most places. I know at home in Michigan, we have lots of antique stores to go to. I have my favorites, just like I'm starting to develop my favorites down here. I know that this video is a little different from what you usually see on this channel as far as remodeling our Florida home, but Listen folks, we're ready to go back to Michigan in just about 5 days. So we're actually done working on our house for this year. So the videos that I post in the future will probably have to do with remodeling our Michigan home, or maybe some more antiques videos, travel videos. Comment below if you think any of those sound interesting to you, and I'll try to follow that lead. Thanks so much for watching the videos that we've posted this winter. I really appreciate your likes and your comments on those videos. We'll be returning to Florida this fall and starting to remodel more of our house. We need to work on our dining room, our bathrooms, our lanai, and also we need to deconstruct our broken down deck in the back. So there will be plenty of videos coming in the fall. And once again, thanks so much for watching.